Minnesota Timberwolves should fire head coach Chris Finch and hire former Denver Nuggets head coach Mike Malone, who won them a championship in 2023. He actually won them their first championship in franchise history. While Mike Malone was also the coach, Nikola Jokic won 3 MVP awards. And listen, man, Chris Finch has shown that when it comes to making the starting lineup and having players come off the bench, he has absolutely no fucking idea what he's doing. This guy started Mike Conley all last season and this season. When Mike Conley is a complete shell of himself, I personally think Mike Conley should retire. I don't even think Mike Conley is good enough to still play in the NBA. And he barely used his number 6 overall pick in the NBA draft last year, Rob Dillingham, who was, in my opinion, the most talented player from the NBA draft last year. This guy has amazing ball handling skills. He can shoot the 3. He can get to the basket. He can get to the free throw line. He can dunk. He's 6'4", right? And, I mean, seriously, what are you getting out of keeping Mike Conley in the starting lineup? That's a big part of the reason why they lost that series against OKC. As a matter of fact, when Chris Finch put Rob Dillingham in the game in the fourth quarter when the game was already over against OKC in Game 7, SGA screamed out, "You should have started him earlier." Because Rob Dillingham was getting buckets. SGA was, cheering on Rob Dillingham, saying that he's cold, and he just screamed out, during the game, "You should have started him earlier." And he's right. Mike Conley was not even scoring 10 points a game the entire playoffs. He wasn't averaging 5 to 10 assists the entire playoffs. He literally was useless. And guess what? If you felt like the moment was too big for Rob Dillingham, if you didn't want to start Rob Dillingham at point guard, then why didn't you start Dante DiVincenzo at point guard? Because Dante is a player that can easily get you 10 to 15 points per game. And I'm pretty sure he can get you some assists too. Now, obviously, we do know that Dante DiVincenzo is a number 2. He is a shooting guard, but he could play point guard. We've seen plenty of players like Devin Booker go from playing shooting guard to playing point guard. At the end of the day, everybody shoots. Like, point guards aren't traditional point guards like back in the day. Today's NBA point guards are pretty much shooting guards playing the 1. Let's just call it what it is. And Dante DiVincenzo was a player that can shoot 3s at a high percentage rate, right? And he can bring more to you than a guy like Mike Conley. And I just feel like what happened this year is just inexcusable. You just can't afford to make mistakes like this. Like, going into this season, you should have went into this season with having Rob Dillingham at point guard in the starting lineup. Period. It just makes no sense at all to start Mike Conley. The only thing you could say is Mike Conley, is a veteran and he has the experience, and okay, but what is he doing though? When is the last time Mike Conley even averaged 15 points per game in the season? Guys, I'm gonna look it up for you right now, because Mike Conley has been washed before he came to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was washed when he was playing for the Utah Jazz. Mike Conley wasn't getting buckets next to what's homeboy who plays for Cleveland now? What's his name? What's the guy's name that Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. Mike Conley wasn't getting buckets with Donovan Mitchell in Utah. It's just not the case. So his first year with the Utah Jazz, he went from averaging 21 points per game his final year in Memphis to 14 points per game in Utah. Then the following year, he did average 16, right? Then his next year, he averaged 13 points per game. His final season in Utah, he only averaged 10 points per game. Then he came to Minnesota. He did average 14 one year. Second year, he averaged 11 points per game. And then this season, he averaged 8 points per game. Let's look at his assists. Y'all. His assists. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up, y'all. His assists this season, 5 assists a game. Last season, 4 assists a game. The season before, 5 assists a game. So this isn't even a player that's going to get you 10 assists a game. So he's useless. He's holding Anthony Edwards back. He's holding Rob Dillingham back because he's getting all of these minutes when he's literally doing nothing. And at the end of the day, he's holding the Minnesota Timberwolves back from getting to the NBA Finals. They had an opportunity last year to get to the Finals. They came up short, and they had an opportunity this year to go to the NBA Finals, and they came up short. And we have to blame the head coach, because the head coach is the person that decides who gets minutes. Not to mention, a lot of people don't know this, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, they got Joe Ingles, who's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. Guess how many minutes Joe Ingles played in the playoffs this year, y'all? 0. You have one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and you don't play him not even one game in this entire playoffs? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Joe Ingles. Everybody knows this guy's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. You don't play him at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make this up, man. And I hear a lot of people saying that the New York Knicks should fire Tom Thibodeau. Listen, man, you guys are being disrespectful, and that's going to be the next video. The New York Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in, 2 or 3 decades. The Knicks did a good job this season, y'all. They didn't get the job done against Indiana, but Tom Thibodeau obviously did something that all these other coaches was not able to do. You don't just fire a coach when he makes history and he gets your team the closest it's been in decades to a championship. You keep Tom Thibodeau you give him another 2 to 3 years, and if he falls short of what he did this year, then you fire him. But I don't think it's fair that people are calling for Tom Thibodeau to get fired, because let's be honest, nobody predicted that New York was even going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, because when the season first started, they didn't look good. Let's keep it real. They did not look good in the beginning of the season. So shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to the Knicks. They still got next year. Remember, guys, Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. So it's not like, unless Boston makes a hell of a trade this offseason, there's a very high possibility that New York and Indiana is going to be right back in the Eastern Conference Finals again next year, unless Milwaukee can figure out how to get Dame and Giannis to play together. And we all know Dame is coming off an injury too. So shout out to Tom Thibodeau, shout out to the Knicks. That's the video for y'all, man. I think Mike Malone should take this head coaching spot in Minnesota. I think that this would help Anthony Edwards get to his first NBA Finals. Let me know what y'all think about this video. It's your boy Wavy. Follow your boy, share the video.